Listen, there are a lot of people who I know are involved in this production, and I'm trying to be very nice to all of them. But this, at the same time, I'm getting paid to do this work, so I have to be honest about this film. I'm just gonna say it. Geng Kubur is probably one of the most dreadful. I can't say it. Hey everyone, I'm Sidhart Joe Dev, and this is what I think of Geng Kubur. Geng Kubor is a 2024 horror thriller film directed by Gavin Yap, produced by Iron Hill Media, starring Firdaus Sufyan, Mia Sarah Shoki, Sasidharan, and Leon Chong. I think that's how you say his name. Leon Chong, no? Lion Chong, Leon Chong. Firhan, Fang Liang, Prem, and Melati are tight buddies who like to chill at the cemetery. For what reason? We don't know. But they like to do it, so yeah, cool hobby, God knows. Firhan, played by Sufyan, still haunted by his parents' accident that happened 10 years ago. He can't shake things off, he feels that his parents are still around, still somewhere alive and whatnot. You often get this dream. So he ropes in his friends to check out this accident spot, I think so, hoping to find her. But as they wander through the jungle, their mindset get messed up and then shit happens to all of them. You see, this sounds very clear and neat. Like somebody died and then you want to go back to that place and find things out or whatever, right? I wish the storytelling was this neat, but it wasn't. Now let's begin with the biggest issue with this film, which is the script and screenplay. I do not understand what they were trying to say. Like, what is it supposed to be? Is it supposed to be a horror film? Or at least it looked like one, but I didn't even flinch one. I didn't even move a muscle watching this film. Well, I did, trying to stay awake, but listen, this is a horror film, I am very scared of horror films. You give me 0.1% of horror and it's enough to make me scared. But then I was sitting there in this empty hall, falling asleep, trying to figure out what are they trying to say. You honestly kind of understand what the makers are going for young people on an adventure and discovering something fucked up in the middle of the jungle. Now, this is giving Stephen King's It on Netflix, Stranger Things, except here, the kids are too old. You would buy this narrative of 4 kids going into the jungle to do something dumb, but these peeps who look too old to even play high school kids, you don't really believe it. Considering there are a lot of theatre makers are involved in this production, I would say maybe they went with this, it's okay, we cast older people and just make believe. We just pretend like they're young. But in theatre performing spaces, I can see this working. But on screen, it did not. Like, what was the... This what worked in Amanda Nell's Tiger Stripes. She casts girls who look 13 to 14 years old to play girls who are 13 to 14 years old. Now imagine Tiger Stripes had all the 25 to 30 year old playing 13 to 14 year old. That film would have failed, and that's the problem here. Other than the actors not looking the part, the story, the world building, nothing is convincing enough. First of all, the car accident. If that was a real car accident, I would vote that car accident to be the world's stupidest car accident in the history of car accidents. Because you see, I'm a man and I'm driving a car. Every time I'm behind the wheels, I have this huge responsibility that I am the man in control, so I must protect my passengers. Now, this is my wife and my son sitting in the back seat. So no man in their right mind would actually turn their head just to see the sweet moment between mother and son smiling like an idiot for a very, very long time. And that's what happened here. A glance probably would make sense, but to be driving and admiring by looking at the back seat is stupid and it doesn't make sense. So when the accident happens, you're like, dude, what the fuck? For this? What? Then you cut to some therapy session. First of all, who is the therapist? Why is the therapist so mysterious? Like, why are you showing his lubang hidong and close-up shot? They're showing this therapist in this super close-up angle, but you don't see him. That makes you question, are we supposed to guess something here? Okay, we don't understand, but whatever, weird fetish. Okay, move on. Now, the therapy session felt like police interrogation. The way the questions were asked and the way Sufyan answered, yeah, it is interrogation. Moving on. These 4 friends then go to some random graveyard at night for some storytelling session where this is where I started losing my shit. See, school kids casually going around graveyards, finding random man's grave and making up stories about who the dead person is. Which is why they're called Geng Kubur, is it? I don't know. See, the thing is, cool hobby, but why should we be bothered about it? See, this could be a very good start. Say they found a random grave and then that story leads to them finding something about the dead person and that they're talking about, and then something happened. But it doesn't lead anywhere. That's why the screenplay is kind of bad. They're so random, no proper flow. And what's worse than that is that his story is not linear. The story goes back and forth and flashback to past and future. It's everywhere. The timeline jumps from the past to present, then to past to somewhere that we don't even know. Suddenly they're in the jungle, cut to his therapy session, cut to flashback. It's very messy. And then later on, we find out they're in the jungle, and the jungle tries to keep them by triggering their worst trauma. Okay, so their worst trauma is their fear factor. For the characters played by Sufyan and Leon, it's not so bad, the trauma. Now, for Sasi playing Prem, his trauma is not being Indian enough, and it was presented through a game show hosted by Charles. It was so painful to watch because of the underdeveloped narrative. And for Mia Sara, it's even worse, because her trauma is Hantu Kope, or Booby Ghost. I don't know if that was a thing, but I just kept reading the subtitle. It says Booby Ghost, so it was funny. So this thing kind of repeating these people in jungle, past, present, their trauma, blah 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 blah, and suddenly some jungle ghost appears like a mascot for Rabina because it had this bad purple makeup. See, 4 of them who portrayed to be best friends here are not convincing as best friends. Going back to Stranger Things or It, those kids who went on adventures are best friends because they grew up together, they know each other, and they play with each other or something. But here in Geng Kubur, these 4 characters are friends because they have discipline issues and they're often in a detention class together. Plus, they are weirdos, so no one wants to be their friends. Really? Here's the thing. 4 innocent and good-looking people have no friends in school. Do you know how many fans Sasi would have just for his jacked-up body? And do you know how many people would want to be Mia Sara's friend, or Sufyan, who looks so innocent, or Leon? I can't really sell these characters with them looking like however they looked in this film. Because see, I do believe that too much beauty can kill the believability of a narrative. Look, I'm tired, but to cut short, bad story, bad screenplay. Don't get me started on the dialogues. It's really bad. With Sufyan's voiceover and very scripted lines, everything felt like Hari Raya commercial. Like, di sinilah titik permulaannya dan di sinilah akan berakhir. Something like that. And that kind of consistently puts you off. They keep saying sial, 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 sial. Damn, it's so annoying. Like, do they not know how people actually talk? There is a scene between Sufyan and Leon where one of them says, "Dah lah, aku tak nak gaduh lagi. This is not us. Aku pun tak nak gaduh dengan kau. Aku janji." There is one word, I'm not sure of it. Sufyan keeps saying projectionist. Sorry, it is projectionist or projectionist. I don't understand. Is it a Malay word? I don't know. There's a lot of things that... See, the thing is, the story and screenplay is so not engaging. You're questioning every small thing about the film. Now, as far as the direction is concerned, I understood nothing Gavin Yap wants to deliver. See, I kept hoping for something, it was just no value added for me as an audience watching your film, underdeveloped characters, underdeveloped story, constant shift in timeline. I don't understand the director. Sometimes you don't get his vision. Remember I spoke about Banglo Section 12 or Pulau some time ago? At least those films had some sort of direction. So many questions. Who the fuck is Moose? Why are they in a school where there's no other students in the background? Why is there a conversation about this Mi Ite? What is this very short Vivaldi track in the middle of the film? What is this political stand about rancangan Tamil tak cukup budget? Macam mana aku order roti canai? Why do they keep calling Prem instead of Prem? So much for wanting to talk about Indian people's problem, but that one Indian name, you can't get it right. Let's talk about the actors. Honestly speaking, I've seen some of these people act. I've seen Mia Sara acting on stage. Like, I like her performance in her previous series, Riot. So here I would definitely blame the bad script on why they're doing such caricature acting. It feels so immature, very loud, quite fake. Most of them stick to one emotion throughout with no range. Some of it feels quite childish. But my biggest problem here is with Leon, where I don't understand a word he says. His clarity when it comes to dialogue delivery is very bad. Like, I don't understand what the boy is saying. I have to read the subtitle. Same goes with Sufyan. Same one, no range, just doing the same thing he's doing. And Sasi. See, I read somewhere this film cost 1.2 million. That better be a joke. The cinematography doesn't reflect it. It's so mid. The visuals are basic. Anyone with an iPhone can shoot a film like this. The art design is bad. There was a scene where Sufyan in his room, and next to him some newspaper cutouts from many years ago are there about the accident that his parents was in and he was in, but they look like they were just printed out a night before and they're just like gantung there. These are basic. Mia Sabrina, the ghost, appeared out of nowhere, had a terrible wig, she had terrible costume, terrible makeup. Wow, this ghost looks so poor in the ghost world, like tak cukup budget punya ghost. The background score, the camera work, the editing are all mid. Nothing great. Everything is just so-so. The sad part is, I really thought this could be something, but I was disappointed as an audience. I was looking forward to this film, but I don't know. So on a scale of 1 to 10, Geng Kubur is... See, I was talking to someone who watched this film, and the person said, Geng Kubur, semoga terkubur selamanya. Watch it if you want to.
Thank you for watching the video. If you would like to watch more reviews and podcasts and a lot more fun stuff, we are KAYPOH on all platforms.